King Charles Cancer, latest, Monarch seen in first public appearance as Harry set to return to UK in weeks. The King was seen smiling and waving as he made his first public outing since his cancer diagnosis. The King was seen smiling and waving as he made his first public outing since his cancer diagnosis on Sunday as Prince Harry is set to return to the UK in a matter of weeks. Walking alongside Camilla and holding an umbrella, Charles arrived at St. Mary Magdalene Church in Sandringham, Norfolk, on Sunday morning. It comes after he expressed his most heartfelt thanks to the nation for the many messages of support and good wishes, the previous day after he revealed on Monday that he is being treated for an undisclosed form of cancer. Meanwhile, his youngest son Prince Harry is due to fly back to the UK in just a few weeks after his fleeting visit to see his father last week. The Duke reportedly plans to travel back in May to join celebrations at St. Paul's Cathedral for the 10th anniversary of the Invictus Games. The Prince founded the Games in 2014 and Britain recently announced a multi-million-pound bid to host the Games in Birmingham in 2027. The King has attended church with the Queen in his first public outing since the announcement of his cancer diagnosis. Walking alongside Camilla and holding an umbrella, Charles arrived at St. Mary Magdalene Church in Sandringham, Norfolk, on Sunday morning. It comes after Buckingham Palace said the King, who acceded to the throne 17 months ago, has a form of cancer. He was diagnosed after a separate issue of concern was noted, and was investigated while he was being treated for a benign enlarged prostate. The 75-year-old King was last seen on Tuesday as he left Clarence House the day after starting his treatment, following a brief reunion with the Duke of Sussex. Charles has postponed all public-facing duties, but is continuing with behind-the-scenes work on his red boxes of state papers. On Saturday the King thanked people for their many messages of support and good wishes, and said it was equally heartening to hear how sharing his diagnosis has helped to promote public understanding of cancer. Panicked, Harry rushed to UK to check father's condition, insider says. Prince Harry rushed back to the UK to see his father last week to make sure was not sugarcoating his diagnosis, a royal insider has said. Last week, the Duke cleared his schedule and flew over 5,000 miles from California to see his father for a meeting that lasted less than an hour. He returned to the US just 26 hours after arriving in London. Harry was rather panic-stricken when he heard the news about his dad and wanted to head over to the UK as soon as possible, a source told OK! Magazine. They added, he needed to know if what his dad had told him about his illness over the phone was true and not something that he had sugar-coated to not worry him. Once he was sure that the King was in the best hands, he calmed down a bit and realized that he had time to work things out. King thanked by health professionals for raising awareness about cancer. Health professionals have thanked the King for raising awareness about cancer amid praise of his openness and honesty in sharing personal health news following the announcement of his latest diagnosis. Dr. J. Verma, president of the GP section at the Royal Society of Medicine, thanked Charles for using his unique position to highlight how cancer can affect anyone. He said, "We wish His Majesty a speedy recovery and success in his treatment for cancer. We have made leaps and bounds in our cancer treatment and survival rates, and the earlier a problem is diagnosed, the more options there are for treatment." Professor Pat Price, founder of the Catch Up with Cancer campaign, similarly praised Charles's honesty, saying, "The King's openness about his battle with cancer is a powerful reminder that 1 in 2 of us may face cancer at some point in our lives." Chiara De Biasi, Director of Support and Influencing at Prostate Cancer UK, highlighted a 500% increase in people coming to the charity's website for information and support in the week following the King's announcement of his enlarged prostate condition in January. Who will complete additional duties while the King is treated? The Prince of Wales, the Queen and other working royals will step up their royal duties while the King undergoes treatment for a form of cancer. Buckingham Palace has confirmed a number of the King's forthcoming public engagements will have to be rearranged or postponed, but it is not anticipated that councillors of state will need to be appointed. The family stepped up almost immediately after the King's condition was announced publicly. Princess Anne carried out 3 separate engagements on Tuesday alone and several others throughout the rest of last week. Prince William also returned to work on Wednesday following the break he took in recent weeks to focus on his family and his wife, the Princess of Wales, as she recovers from abdominal surgery. Queen Camilla also stepped out for an official engagement last week, where she gave an update on the King's health. King Charles expresses lifelong admiration for cancer charities. King Charles spoke about his lifelong admiration for cancer charities as he gave his heartfelt thanks to the nation for their support. In a statement released on Saturday night, the king said, "It is equally heartening to hear how sharing my own diagnosis has helped promote public understanding and shine a light on the work of all those organizations which support cancer patients and their families across the UK and wider world. My lifelong admiration for their tireless care and dedication is all the greater as a result of my own personal experience." Why Harry met the king for only 30 minutes. Prince Harry saw his cancer-stricken father King Charles for only 30 minutes to keep stress levels down, suggests royal expert Robert Jobson. The Duke cleared his schedule and rushed to fly over 5,000 miles from California to see his father in London on Tuesday. After the brief meeting, Charles retreated to Sandringham with Camilla while Harry stayed in a London hotel before heading back to the States after just 26 hours in the UK. "You don't want his blood pressure going up. The king's not very well, whatever type of cancer it is, he's undergoing treatment," he told The Sun on Sunday. After the initial kiss and hug, "Love you Dad, hope you get better soon, what issues are going to get raised, things that will get your blood pressure rising?" Robert continued, "I would think he will stay at Sandringham House until they shut it down and he may go to Wood Farm. When the late Queen was very sick she went to Wood Farm. It's also where Prince Philip lived after his retirement. It's a very relaxing place and he can be there with just a couple of servants and just really chill out. Watch. The king attends his first outing since cancer diagnosis. The king has attended church with the Queen in his first public outing since the announcement of his cancer diagnosis. Walking alongside Camilla and holding an umbrella, Charles arrived at St. Mary Magdalene Church in Sandringham, Norfolk, on Sunday morning. The king was seen wearing a brown coat and waving to the public before being greeted by the Rev Canon Dr. Paul Williams at about 10:50 a.m. Charles is staying at Sandringham following his first bout of cancer treatment. William will shield Kate as pressure mounts on future king. Prince William will shield his wife as she continues to recover from her abdominal surgery and pressure mounts on the future king. Queen Elizabeth II's former press secretary said William is trying his best to give Kate the space she needs to recover fully after she spent 13 days in hospital following the procedure. The couple and their family have retreated to Sandringham for a half-term holiday and the princess is said to be on the mend. Ailsa Anderson said, "I think William will try and shield her from as much of that pressure as possible. I hear they've gone to Sandringham for half-term week next week to recuperate. And I think he will try and give her as much space as she needs to recuperate." Harry skips Super Bowl after dazzling Las Vegas NFL speech. Prince Harry skipped the Super Bowl last night, despite giving a joke-filled speech at an NFL awards ceremony in Las Vegas just days before. Harry, 39, made no mention of his father and his cancer diagnosis during his speech on Thursday evening, which saw him hand out the Walter Payton Man of the Year award to Pittsburgh Steelers defender Cameron Hayward. He made the appearance hours after he returned from a brief trip to the UK where he saw his father following his cancer diagnosis. The Duke introduced the award and joked that the United States stole rugby from us and you made it your own. Harry and his wife Meghan Markle were rumored to be joining other stars, including Taylor Swift, Justin Bieber and Beyoncé at the big game last night, but the pair never showed. Queen Camilla will buoy King Charles amid cancer treatment. Queen Camilla is the king's strength and will rally him while he undertakes cancer treatment, a royal insider said. She is his strength and stay like Prince Philip was for the late Queen, a palace insider told People. They added, "She will be great, she will rally him, she will buoy him, she is amazing. She equips him to do the job he has to do." Camilla was seen walking alongside the king as they arrived at St. Mary Magdalene Church in Sandringham, Norfolk, on Sunday morning. The couple were smiling and waved to onlookers as they attended the king's first public outing since his cancer diagnosis was revealed on Monday.